In this video, we'll be taking a look at two MLB games happening on October 10, 2023, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games. So 2 picks for each game, 4 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these two MLB games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start: if you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Houston Astros vs. Minnesota Twins. Game 3 of the American League Division Series between the Houston Astros and Minnesota Twins will be played at Target Field, home of the Twins. The series is tied at 1-1 after the Minnesota Twins defeated the Houston Astros 6-2 in Game 2 in Houston. Minnesota used a combination of strong production at the plate and solid pitching to win Game 2 in Houston and effectively take home field advantage. With 2 straight wins at home, the Twins would clinch the series. In Tuesday's Game 3, the Astros will have Cristian Javier on the mound, and Minnesota will counter with Sonny Gray. Minnesota will play without 5 pitchers as well as position players Byron Buxton, Joey Gallo, Nick Gordon, and Jose Miranda. Houston will play without 3 pitchers. Minnesota bounced back from losing Game 1 of this American League Division Series to Houston with a strong effort in Game 2 to effectively take home field advantage, as they will play the next 2 at Target Field. Minnesota's bats have produced well during the postseason, with Carlos Correa collecting 8 hits and knocking 4 runs, while Royce Lewis has hit 3 home runs and is tied for the RBI lead at 4. Minnesota starter Sonny Gray earned a victory in his only postseason appearance thus far, defeating Toronto 2-0. Overall, Minnesota's pitching staff has a team earned run average of 2.31 in 4 postseason games. Houston starting pitcher Cristian Javier pitched well in his last outing, but that was 9 days ago, and prior to that start had surrendered 12 runs in 24 2/3 innings in 4 starts. Minnesota's bats will be too much for Houston's pitchers to contain, and Twins starter Sonny Gray will contain the Houston lineup. Gray has been as dependable as they come this season, hosting a 2.89 earned run average in the first half of the season and a 2.67 earned run average after the All-Star break. He dominated the Astros earlier this year and should be in line for a quality start tomorrow. Houston's bats were held in check in Game 2 and look like a poor bet to flip the switch on the road 2 days later. Minnie's stellar pitching was the story of its wild card series win, and that will be the case again in its first game back home since eliminating Toronto. I'm also confident the Twins will continue to rake, with Correa's Game 2 performance as the catalyst. This is a deep Minnesota lineup, and it will make life difficult for Javier early, putting Houston in a hole it won't be able to escape from. The Astros starter posted a 4.84 earned run average in the second half of the season and was a poor bet all year on the road. The Twins responded on the road in a hostile environment in Game 2 and will ride the momentum of that victory in front of a lively Target Field crowd on Tuesday. So the Minnesota Twins money line is our full game side pick. Both starting pitchers have had strong performances in each of their last outings, as both did not give up runs while on the mound in their last starts. The total has finished under in 8 of the last 11 games that Houston has played on the road against Minnesota. Houston has struggled a bit at the plate in 2 postseason games and will be frustrated by Minnesota starter Sonny Gray, who has allowed 2 earned runs or less in each of the last 5 starts, and the total has finished under in each of Gray's last 4 starts, including his 2-0 victory over Toronto in the Wild Card Series. The Astros didn't fare well against Gray twice this season and are coming off a lopsided loss at home. The crowd and the momentum will be against them tomorrow. Minnesota led the league in strikeouts and features a deep, explosive bullpen as well. As confident as the Twins were at the plate on Sunday, it's unlikely they'll score 5+ runs on Tuesday. Javier didn't dazzle in the second half of the year, but he did come up big for Houston down the stretch, holding Seattle scoreless and Baltimore to 1 run in 2 of his last 3 starts. If he's struggling early, I expect his leash will be short anyway. With Gray on the mound and a solid bullpen backing him up, the Twins don't need to score too many runs to take care of things at home in Game 3. These teams combined for 18 runs in the first 2 games, but I'm betting on a lower scoring affair on Tuesday. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. Baltimore Orioles vs. Texas Rangers. The Baltimore Orioles take on the Texas Rangers on Tuesday evening in the 3rd game of the series at Globe Life Field. The Rangers will send 33-year-old righty Nathan Eovaldi to the mound, who will be making his second start of the postseason. The Orioles have not named their starting pitching for this contest as of the publication of this article. The Orioles and the Rangers split the 6 games they played during the regular season with Baltimore, with the Orioles winning 2 of the 3 games against Texas at Globe Life Field. Texas won the first 2 games of the American League Division Series played at Camden Yards. The Orioles have had success at Globe Life Field over the past several seasons, winning 7 of their last 9 games played there. Their pitching staff limited Rangers hitters to 17 hits in 26 innings at Globe Life Field in 2023 and produced an earned run average of 2.42 with a 0.77 WHIP. The Rangers pitching staff struggled at home throughout the season and finished in the bottom half of the league in home earned run average with 4.54. Baltimore's offense excelled on the road, ranking 4th in the majors in average runs scored per game and 5th in slugging percentage, so they certainly have the tools to score quickly in bunches against the Texas staff. Baltimore pitchers finished the 2023 season ranked 7th in the league in earned run average away from their home stadium. Baltimore won 64.2% of their games on the road in 2023 and closed out the season by winning an impressive 70% of their final 20 games on the road. The Orioles head into this do-or-die matchup with 2 things in their favor: the best road record in baseball and the knowledge that the team hasn't been swept in a series since May of 2022. They will need Kremer to do what he's done in 23 of 32 starts this season and keep his team in the game with 3 runs or less. The Orioles' bats will need to produce, and that could happen on the road. The Orioles are one of the rare teams in baseball with a better team batting average on the road than at home. They are scoring more than a run per game on the road than at home this season, with nearly 5.5 runs per game away from Camden Yards. The Rangers, despite their 3-0 record, can be extremely streaky and have just a .239 team batting average since August and are just a game over .500 in that span. They are down more than half a run per game over the last 2 months of the season. Kremer had just 55 walks this season, so don't expect him to put as many runners on as the Rangers had in Game 2. While Eovaldi pitched well against the Rays, he has struggled overall since returning with an earned run average over 9. The Orioles have the kind of lineup that can put together long innings with patience and timely hitting. Hitting the road might be just what this team needs. The Orioles were still the most profitable road team in baseball this season, and Kremer was the most profitable pitcher by a fair margin, as the Orioles would win 3 of 4 starts every time that Kremer was on the hill. Eovaldi was solid, and the Rangers have been outstanding in the postseason. But if there was a spot for the O's to bounce back, it's here, and for their sake it has to be. So the Baltimore Orioles money line is our full game side pick. The Orioles will need to rely on their bats to come through in Game 3 to pick up their first win of the series. They struggled with timely hitting in Game 1 and then fell too far behind in Game 2. In Game 3, they will need to work the count against Eovaldi and force him out of the game to get to the Rangers' vulnerable bullpen. Kremer has been very good on the road this season, and his earned run average is lower on the road than at home. Still, his earned run average is close to 4 and over 4 overall, so he will need support. The Orioles' offense will need to come through in Game 3 to force a 4th game, and they will. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.